Sonia, I am so thrilled you're here today. You are a light. You truly light up the world and everyone around you. And I'm so happy to have
Mm.
you here to tell your story. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Cheryl.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. It's I mean, no kidding. You've just been somebody who's buoyed up everybody around you. And it's made such a difference to everybody else to have you with us on this journey. But I wanted to give you a chance to share your own experience. And starting at like when we first spoke, where you came to me from, what you were dealing with. And
Mm.
yeah, you want to just go ahead and start there?
Yeah, definitely. So I remember, I'm already going to get emotional because that's just how I'm wired. Um, I remember our first phone call, and there was so much emotion in the space for me. And I remember telling you that I remember waking up on my 40th birthday and literally just popping my eyes open and thinking like, oh my gosh, it's my 40th birthday. And I remember there were two people that were very, very present in my mind. And it was two young women who passed away in their 30s. And they were these powerful, just amazing, beautiful women. And they had done so much already. They had been such a huge contribution, not just in my life, but in the lives of the people that they touched. And I knew that there was still more for them to have given to the world. And I knew what a blessing it was to wake up and to be 40 years old. And your call came at just the right time. And it was shortly after my 40th birthday. And I just knew that there was more. And I knew that if these first 40 years of my life went by that quickly, the next 40 were going to go even faster. And there's more to do. There's more that I want for my life. There's more to make this life meaningful. And there's more to do to honor the sacrifices of the people that came before me. And so, and what I knew about you is that you have such a powerful story, and that your ability to connect and the way I feel you, like just on a vibrational soul level, is so powerful that there's got to be a reason that I get to know you and be with you and learn from you. And so I just wanted to be a part of it. And so there were a lot of things going on at that time. Excuse me, aside from having just turned 40, I was applying for these positions, these faculty positions that I had never imagined for myself. Really, I didn't think that I could achieve them. And after almost 15 years of working in higher education, I had finally prepared myself and got myself to believe that I could go for these positions. And it was such a source of fear and excitement and self-doubt. And just being able to start the program, wanting to become a college professor and a faculty member, and then being at the end of the program and being able to say, I'm here. It's just been amazing.
It's so interesting. You talked about the fear that was there and your dream, and that you really had wanted to be able to get to that point where you're like, I want to be able to shape people in the way that people had contributed to you. And yet it seemed so incongruous to me, like, because you're extraordinary. And yet it's a funny thing. It's almost like, Sonia, the only person who didn't get that was you.
Mm.
And then when these different offers started coming in from everywhere, you still had a little skepticism about it. Like, well, What are they doing wrong? They don't know what they, like at first, remember discussing
Yeah.
them, and it was like, this isn't going to happen. This can't happen. But it's like,
Yeah.
I think there was some skepticism all around at the beginning. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I remember thinking, oh, well, the only reason why I'm getting these interviews is because, I'm applying, I cast my net really wide, and I'm only applying to these places where maybe they don't get a lot of people who apply. Even though it's a position that like statewide hundreds of people go for these positions. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And there was this doubt, I think, like skepticism, like, I don't think any kind of work or studying or anything that I'm going to do, like with regard to the program, nothing's going to make me feel differently about any of that. And I look at you now versus you then and the confidence level that you have now. Mm-hmm. And it's not that you weren't confident, but you've truly come into your own. We had and that very first conversation, we brought up that quote, that Wayne Dyer quote about don't die with your music still in you.
Right.
And it's just like you're playing your music all the time now. It's just so exquisite.
Thank you. It's funny because it's what it's done for me doing the program and being willing to step towards things that are incredibly fearful. At the end of the day, I had 2 full-time permanent positions that were being offered to me, and I was so conflicted as to which one to choose. And then it took a lot, and then you picked up the phone and we were on the phone and you got me so clear on it. Like, look, it was, in your own loving way, you gave me that little, that I do with my students sometimes, where you say, where it's like, look, it's going to be okay. Like, it's going to turn out. And I knew that what you were saying was so true intellectually. And if I hadn't been going through pieces of the program and seeing the work that had been done, that other people had been doing too, I would have just stayed stuck, I think. And I knew that there was and move forward. It was really interesting.
You froze up a little bit there, and I want to make sure I hear every word, Sonia.
Sorry.
I want to hear more about, you were talking about being stuck. Can you say some more about what you meant? Like, how were you stuck? Like, in what ways? Can you say something about that?
I was stuck in deciding which job offer I was.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Oh, did it freeze? Sorry.
It froze, yes. Ironically, no, it didn't freeze. It was perfect until we started talking about being stuck, and then something goes.
Sorry about that.
So yes, I did hear the part about that there were a couple different offers, and you didn't know which one there, but tell me about the being stuck overall, like that you had been feeling at the beginning, like when we first got on the phone. Like, what did you mean by, like, when you said that you'd gotten over being stuck? In what ways were you stuck in life?
Oh, in what ways was I stuck in life? All kinds of ways. In mostly at work, because that was like what was most present for me, right? Most visible. But I saw but honestly, the one where I've probably produced the most results was at work.
Got it. Okay. I think I got all of that. And you said that the area that it was most prevalent where you were stuck was at work. And that's where you produced the most results, right? Okay.
That's correct.
Oh, we are going to have to have you back again. You say you're everything. You're so great. And the cameras just started freezing up for whatever reason. So is, it's interesting. I got an email today or on Messenger on my page, and somebody wrote and asked, hey, I'm whatever age, she said. And she said, is it too late for me to change? Now, I know I had my own personal response to it, but what do you think from what you've seen and experienced yourself? Is it ever a point where it's too late to change?
Not at all. Not at all. I feel like whatever was sown into us at birth is there to be created. It's there to be manifested. So, and we're all on different paths. It's what I tell my students. We're all on a different path. It doesn't matter what it's taken for you to get here. Everything that you've surpassed to get to this point is what makes you qualified for whatever is next, for whatever your story is next that you're going to give to all the people that you're going to help afterward.
What did you just say? What just was touching for you?
We all have a powerful gift to share with other people. We are a gift to others. And I remember recognizing in the program that we honor the people in our lives the most when we are living our lives the way we are designed to, meaning we're not holding ourselves back. We're being happy. We're living a life worth living. We're doing the things that make us happy. That is what brings the people in our life joy. And, I'm the type of person where I can be a huge champion for others, more so than I can be for myself. And if I don't do it for myself, the least I can do is do it for the people that I care about. And I know for a long time I made myself wrong. Like, don't do it for other people, do it for yourself. But here's the truth of the matter. My love for other people is powerful enough to motivate me. And if that's where I have to start to return to myself, then fine, that's where I'll start, to return to myself. And either way, it's okay. That's my side anyway.
So beautiful. Oh, can you put your headset on?
Sure.
Getting a lot of feedback. Thank you. There was, hold on one second and I'll say it. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, good. You used to talk about the messages that you would give your students, and they're just so filled with optimism, and you would charge them with living these great lives and filled with hope and inspiration and motivation. And yet it's interesting, for whatever reason, you just weren't internalizing those messages. Like they were meant for everybody else, just not meant for you in some way. And who knows why we end up being just like we are, right? And it's so much easier to give motivation or teach something than it is to take it. But this glorious, you've just like a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, you've transformed. And it's been in allowing yourself to be the recipient of your own brilliance. And there's this magnificence that had been expressing through you, but it was almost as if it was for everybody but you. And now you've realized that it has to include you or it isn't whole. And to witness that from this side and watch you step into your glory and your magnificence is such an honor. It's such a joy to behold. Thank you. So, any last words for anyone who feels like, oh, I'm stuck, therefore that's the way it's going to go, or nothing works for me if I try to change my life. I've tried and tried and it doesn't work. What would you say to someone who might have those kind of concerns?
Um, I would say that you wouldn't, when a baby's learning to walk and they fall, you don't give up on them. You don't tell them like, okay, I guess you better just stop learning, stop trying to walk. You wouldn't, you wouldn't give up on them. You would, oh, it's okay. You'd encourage them to get back up and walk again. And just like, if we go to the gym, or we do an exercise and that muscle is tired, it's not producing the result that you want anymore, you don't just give up on it. You should try a different muscle. Let's do a different exercise. And so, I mean, what do you have to lose? You have life the way it's been. Well, it's already been that way, so try something different. To me, it's that simple.
Just so gorgeous. You'd said, may I share something personal that you said when we very first spoke?
Sure.
You said, I don't know how I got here, but I feel I don't respect myself. And my family didn't risk their lives to come to this country so I could feel like this. It seems like you've turned that around 180 degrees, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very clear about that actually earlier today.
What
and I realized,
specifically?
That the things that I'm doing, the people that I know, just the things that I get to be present to, that I get to be contemplating, are such luxuries, such incredible luxuries that, and I just think to myself, wow, my parents and grandparents and the people before them had to have had such a huge vision. What was their vision for me, that I get to even entertain the things that I do, right? And I recognized that years ago I had stated like I want to be I want to be a college professor. And I do. I get to teach college courses now. And growing up, that was just the biggest thing that I could possibly imagine for myself, and I'm doing it. And when the students so innocently, because they don't know about tenure and all that, all those things, right? They say, "Professor, professor." It's just the sweetest thing, and I'm so blessed. I'm super, super
Amen to that. And what a way to honor the whole legacy of your family by not just accomplishing those things that were your vision for yourself, but their vision for you, and then loving it and having the experience of respecting yourself and
Definitely.
being really proud of yourself and all of those things that there was just that little disconnect from. That traveling that little area means the world. It's like traversing the whole globe. Sonia, oh, thank you for sharing your heart and your story and your life and your love and your light with us. Such an honor.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yay.
Come back anytime. All right, love. Mwah.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you. Thank you. What an honor to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. So whenever one of you wants to start this journey for yourself, I'm happy to hop on the phone with you, and whether it's me or a member of my team. And so we'll hop on with you, and it's CherylHunter.com/apply when you're ready to make that same change in your life that means everything. All right, Sonia, I'll see you again. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.